يا أيها الناس إن وعد الله حق. O people, Allah's promise to you is absolutely true. وَمَنْ أَصْدَقُ مِنَ اللَّهِ حَدِيثًا وَمَنْ أَصْدَقُ مِنَ اللَّهِ قِيلًا. Who can there be more truthful than Allah regarding His speech, regarding what He has said, regarding His promise? كَانَ عَلَى رَبِّكَ وَعْدًا مسؤولا. When Allah promises us Jannah and paradise and goodness, He says this is a promise that you can ask Allah about. You can hold Him responsible to the promise He's made. Someone's offering you £5,000 a week and they tell you we pay you monthly. So what's that? How many weeks? 4 weeks. 20,000. 20,000 a month. Oh, subhanallah. And what's the job? It's simple. You can just work at home. It's just online. You got to do X, Y, and Z. That's it. When you're done, you're okay. So you're working online a few hours, and what's happening? Every day you're excited. The fact that you got the job was so beautiful. You put your signature on there, or even if you just took the word for it, you're so excited. Finally and ultimately, someone has promised you that after 30 days, you're going to get 20,000 in your bank account. Wow. Wouldn't you be excited? I think I would, right? So now what happens? When 20 days pass, you're so excited because you can start smelling the pounds, mashallah, right? 25 days, you can start smelling the perfumes you're going to be buying with those pounds, mashallah, right? 28 days and you're so excited, you're starting to plan your outing and how you're going to take your family and what you're going to, hope it's halal inshallah, but whatever else you're going to be doing, you start planning everything. You're excited because someone's promised you work 28 days, 30 days, I'm going to give you the salary. And you work hard and you're dedicated and you wouldn't like to lose the job and you don't want someone else to take over from you and you don't want someone else to prove that they're better than you so that you can be replaced. You don't want any of that. You work so hard and exactly 30 days later, a few hours delay and you're getting excited. You want to think of whether I should call management. My money's not reflecting and I've got this commitment and that commitment, and suddenly, bing, you get an SMS, 20,000 in the bank, and you say, wow, mashallah, now we can do what happened? What happened? You worked hard for 30 whole days believing another human that he's going to give you some reward after your job. But when Allah promises you that after you work I'm going to give you, you don't believe Allah. You don't believe Allah. Allah refers to prayer as success 5 times a day in the adhan. In fact, more, even in the iqamah, in preparation for the congregational prayer. Again, it is named success. You've heard the muaddin say, Hayya ala salah. Immediately after that, what does he say? Hayya ala al-falah. You've heard that? Calling us towards salah and calling us towards falah. Salah is the prayer, falah is the success. You pray, you succeed. You don't pray, you fail. That's how it works. There's no other way. Even if you think you have succeeded, in Allah's eyes it is failure, dismal failure. You might have millions, but in Allah's eyes you haven't prayed, you've lost everything. That's why the importance is given. Imagine, who wants to succeed? All of us. I want to succeed. So Allah tells you, come to success. What is it? The 5 daily prayers. That's what He talks about. Let's learn to develop our hearts to the degree that we love the prayer. If something negative happens to you, seek the forgiveness of Allah. And the condition of your heart will determine whether it was a punishment or not. If your heart is made distant from Allah because of something that happened to you, that is a punishment. And if your heart became closer to Allah as a result of something that happened to you, it was the biggest blessing. Whether positive or negative is besides the point. You know what that means? Some people get a lot of money, they get a good job, they have a lovely family, they forget Allah. That's a punishment. Why? It was something that looked positive, but it drove you away from Allah. It took you to the clubs and it took you to bad habits. If that's the case, it was a punishment. It's not a blessing. Something looking good was not a blessing because it drove you away from Allah. And on the other hand, something that was looking so bad, you lost your job, you lost your limbs, you had an accident, someone passed away, etc. If it made you come for salah and change your life, wallahi, that was a blessing from Allah. Anything that brings you close to Allah is a blessing. That's why sometimes a person gets sick And he's a wealthy guy. And he says, I'm going to the doctor. Go to the doctor. Doctor says, we're doing all the tests. He said, yes, we're doing the tests. He gets the MRI and he gets this done and that done. Pause for a moment. May Allah grant shifa to all those who are sick and ill. Say Ameen. All those who are sick and ill. And may Allah protect us all. Ameen. So he gets everything done, and you know what? They don't know what's the story. Why? My brother, you don't do your salah on time. You're not worshipping Allah. You're far from Allah. You're engaged in sin and so on. And Allah loves you enough to make you realize that it's only in the hands of Allah. So you'll go to the doctors, and you should. But if nothing happens, nothing comes out one after the other, and then the doctor tells you, you know what? You only have 6 months to live. A person who that statement draws closer to Allah is actually blessed. And the other one will get frustrated, start questioning Allah. Why are you doing this to me? Why me? I've got little children. Forget about it. You're not the first person with little children who's got 6 months to live. And by the way, when they say 6 months to live, it's not even cast in stone, because you might live for another 60 years. Who knows? It's only a statement. They might be totally wrong. How many people have left, for example, healthy and they've died without a problem? And how many people have been told 24 hours to go, 24 years still? They're saying, Salaam alaikum, Buddha. MashaAllah, may Allah grant us ease. Rely on Allah. If anything brings you closer to Allah, it is a blessing. The globe is struggling. People are suffering. We are struggling with something they would consider a luxurious life. We're still not happy. And the people in need, trust me, they would do anything to live your life. You're living a life that you're complaining about with you and your problems and your complaints and your health matters and your family matters. There are millions on earth who are willing today to take your life completely. They wouldn't mind at all living your life. And you're complaining? Come on, you don't really have problems. You haven't tasted real disaster. May Allah protect us. That's the blessing of Allah. Keep thanking Him. Keep thanking Him, because when you thank Him, you get more. وَإِذْ تَأَذَّنَ رَبُّكُمْ لَإِن شَكَرْتُمْ لَأَزِيدَنَّكُمْ. The announcement of Allah. He says, if you are thankful, I will grant you increase in the goodness. And if you are ungrateful, even what you have, perhaps punishment may overtake you. May Allah not do that to us. Ingratitude. Be grateful. Allah's given you. Allah's blessed you. Your problems are just a pinprick in the lives of others compared to theirs.